Channel 5, WMAQ TV, Chicago. Now, live from the NBC Tower, this is the Channel 5 News at 10.
It is a chilling tape. The message, "Kill it," repeated over and over.
He scared me bad with that message.
Tonight, a woman claims she had been harassed and stalked for months by the Bensenville man involved in an armed standoff with police. Good evening, I'm Carol Marin.
And I'm Ron Majors. Who is this man who police say fired more than 60 shotgun rounds at them while barricaded yesterday in his home? Tonight he's in jail, bond denied. He's charged with the attempted murder of 4 police officers, and even though Gerald Laskowski is behind bars, one woman says she still fears for her life. Channel 5's Cindy Hernandez is live in Bensenville with that story. Cindy?
Ron, residents are back in their apartment tonight. Meanwhile, one woman is launching serious allegations against Jerry Laskowski. We tried to get in touch with Laskowski's attorney, but had no luck and no comment. Meanwhile, this woman says Laskowski has a violent history.
I thought that he was going to come and kill me. I really did. He scared me bad with that message.
The disturbing message left on her answering machine in August says, "Kill it," 26 times. Both she and police believe it was Jerry Laskowski.
He threatened to kill me. He told me how I was going to die and witnesses would watch me die and God would punish me.
Police documents from Bensenville and North Lake show the 25-year-old woman was harassed for 3.5 months. On August 13th, the woman told police Laskowski called her, saying, quote, "I'm going to bash your dad's brains out. I'm going to bash your teeth out. You're not going to win this time. It's your birthday Tuesday, and you're going to get a present." Phone calls aren't the only thing Laskowski is accused of. On August 26th, the woman told police Laskowski shot at her house. The woman's father says Laskowski also shot at his business, riddling the windows, door, and frame with shotgun pellets. Laskowski was arrested twice on harassment charges, most recently on November 1st. He was out on bond during the 25-hour standoff.
The stalking laws were supposed to be so strict, and it didn't seem like anything was getting done. No, I called many places. I couldn't get a order of protection. Just seemed like nobody wanted to help.
Illinois has one of the best stalking laws in the country. However, it only pertains to married couples, blood relatives, and those who have dated. So this woman could not get an order of protection, a criminal order of protection. However, she could have filed for a civil order of protection, something she did not know about. Reporting live from Bensenville, Cindy Hernandez, Channel 5 News.
Thank you, Cindy. Laskowski's neighbors evacuated that building yesterday during the siege, but some people, like Jackie Lojan, didn't get out until 10 hours into the standoff.
So I was standing by the door, and he started shooting, and I ran behind the rocker. You know, I came back here, and I was hiding like this behind here. I figured if he shot, I wasn't getting hit.
Lojan and her neighbors were allowed back into their homes today.
Tonight, Channel 5 News has learned exclusive details about an ongoing sexual misconduct investigation within the Chicago Police Department. Sources in the police department tell us Lieutenant Richard Aguinagua faces internal affairs investigation for official misconduct when he was the commanding officer of the prostitution unit on Maxwell Street. Among the allegations, Aguinagua accused of sexual improprieties with prostitutes. Channel 5 News has obtained a letter allegedly written by the prostitutes themselves addressed to Superintendent Matt Rodriguez. In it, the women complain that Lieutenant Aguinagua was victimizing women for special favors. Although the police department will not officially confirm or deny the existence of the investigation, sources tell us it's possible the lieutenant's case may go to the police board. If the charges are proved, he could face dismissal. We have contacted Lieutenant Aguinagua. He has no comment.
Tonight, a new spirit of cooperation from both sides in the baby Richard custody case. Otakar Kirchner and his wife Daniela are the child's biological parents. Kirchner's attorney says the adoptive parents can still have an active role in the toddler's life without having custody. On Monday, the U.S. Supreme Court paved the way for baby Richard's return to his biological parents, and attorneys for the adoptive parents say they're willing to do whatever's best for the 3.5-year-old boy.
14-month-old Drayson Pace is recovering from life-saving surgery tonight. In a day-long procedure, he received a part of his father's liver to replace his own. Channel 5's Kevin McCarty has the latest in a live report from Weiler's Children's Hospital. Kevin?
Carol, surgery like this is not unusual, but rarely is it performed on someone so young. Well, tonight, after hours of surgery involving a handful of doctors, the outlook is good.
The surgery went very well. It was uncomplicated and went without a hitch.
It was a long day of surgery for Drayson Pace. Less than 2 months after he was born, Pace had to undergo a liver transplant to counteract a rare disease that causes an amino acid deficiency and could kill him. The donor, Pace's father, Mark, who gave his young son 20% of his own liver to save his life.
It could be a very big worry, but we've had lots of good people around helping us out.
The surgery follows a drive by Pace's friends and co-workers at Niles Township High School to raise money to pay for the surgery. With that done, Pace's wife, Catherine, had to endure an entire day waiting while her husband and son underwent the procedure.
It's difficult wheeling your baby off the surgery and your husband as well.
The marathon procedure began at 7:30 a.m. with Mark Pace going first. His procedure was through by 11. Then his son's began with preparation, then surgery at 12:30, ending 5 hours later.
It's a pretty lengthy process.
Yes. It's a lot shorter than it used to be. It used to be about 14 hours. We've got it down a little bit.
Drayson Pace's chances are good. Doctors say in operations like this, the survival rate is 90% when the donor is from the same family. They say the most crucial period is between the next 3 and 5 days. Reporting live from Weiler Children's Hospital, Kevin McCarty, Channel 5 News.
Kevin, thank you.
Chicago Transit Authority passes will soon be a thing of the past. The CTA is eliminating all weekly and monthly passes except those for the disabled. The change is supposed to help balance the CTA budget and eliminate a $20 million deficit. But that's not the only pinch you'll feel in your pocketbooks. The Federal Communications Commission approved a plan that will allow cable systems to increase their rates. Consumers would get more cable channels in exchange. And the price of gasoline might be going up again. New federal clean air rules mean changes in gasoline mixtures, and the new mixtures could cost 9 cents more at the wholesale level per gallon. The AAA points out that wholesale price increases don't always mean the same increase at the retail level.
Are you paying for someone else's phone calls?
Whoever had my phone number was on there like every minute of every day.
Ahead, if you use a cell phone, a warning you may need to hear.
Also, who's going to challenge Mayor Daley for his job?
And the closest look yet at the White House shooting coming up next.
A horrifying experience.
The Channel 5 News is brought to you in part by the LaSalle Banks.
It is a very close look at the frightening events of just more than a week ago. This dramatic home video was just released, and it shows in plain view a gunman opening fire on the White House. The video aired on today's hard copy program. It was reported to be shot by a tourist who also caught on tape the capture of the gunman. Tonight, Francisco Duran remains in federal custody, charged with that shooting.
President Clinton says the country is moving in the right direction. His optimism comes as the new Republican majority in the new public opinion polls criticize his performance. The president was cheered on today by students at his alma mater, Georgetown University. He brushed off Republican Congressman Newt Gingrich's description of him as a counterculture McGovern-nick. Clinton says he's willing to work with Republicans.
I asked them only to join me in the center of public debate, the place where the best ideas for the next generation must arise.
A new poll by NBC and the Wall Street Journal taken the day after the election finds 62% of those questioned say they want real change in the way Clinton has been leading the country.
Congressman Dan Rostenkowski was the center of a lot of political deals on Capitol Hill, but he says he will not make a deal on the federal indictments against him. Seen here walking his dog the day after losing his bid for a 19th congressional term, Rostenkowski maintains he did nothing wrong. He says reports about negotiations on a plea bargain on the 17-count federal indictment are wrong. Rostenkowski says he wants to face the charges and prove his innocence. And if you thought you wouldn't be hearing about elections for a while, think again. The mayoral race in Chicago is already heating up, with 4 people say they're interested in challenging Mayor Daley. 3 of them are black Democrats who say they will try to agree on one of them running as a consensus candidate. Water Reclamation Commissioner Joe Gardner says Daley's lack of leadership showed in Tuesday's election results. Congressman Bobby Rush agreed. And Attorney General Roland Burris says he's measuring his support. One Republican who says he'll be in the race is political newcomer Nino Noriega.
Tonight in Union, South Carolina, a call for unity, healing, and racial reconciliation. Susan Smith had falsely claimed a black man abducted her 2 sons. Civil rights leader Jesse Jackson today said the lies compounded the tragedy.
And so there is a challenge for those of us who live in the aftermath of this to deal with it.
Susan Smith is now charged in her son's murders. One way the people of Union are dealing with the tragedy are memorial billboards. Residents took up a collection to pay for 9 signs in memory of the children.
Coming up after weather, why the most important doctor of NBC's ER is one you never see.
But first, if you have a cell phone, then you could be a target of a high-tech crime wave. That's next on the Channel 5 News.
First came news that cellular phone calls were not private. Now even your phone number is not secret. Some consumers are paying bills for calls someone else made on their number. The way it's done, phone clones. It's a high-tech way to steal your number.
And that is the focus of tonight's special report. Channel 5's Phil Rogers joins us with a look at how it works. Phil?
Carol, it's a fraud so pervasive, even the mayor of New York City has been a target. Their estimates it cost the cellular phone industry up to $1 billion a year. Put simply, it is counterfeiting. But in this case, what the thieves are copying is your telephone. Cellular telephones. Americans love them. Over 20 million are in use. But unseen to you are the millions of numbers transmitted by those phones. The thieves know about those numbers, and they know how to grab them, too. They're called phone clones, and here's how they work. Your cellular phone actually has 2 numbers, the regular phone number and what's called an electronic serial number, buried deep inside the phone and put there by the factory. Both numbers are transmitted for billing purposes. The cloners know that, and they need those numbers. Unbeknownst to you, they may be sitting just a few cars away with sophisticated electronic readers, waiting for you to use your phone. And when you push send, they've got you. After that, it's a very simple matter for the thieves to take those numbers and burn them into another phone, a phone they usually sell. And who gets the bill for the calls made on that phone? You do. Meet Brian Fitzpatrick, who was hit last year for more than $1,400.
I came home and got the bill, and I almost died. It looked like a book instead of a bill that I usually get.
Fitzpatrick is used to large bills, but look at what he got. Bills for over $1,000 for hundreds and hundreds of calls he never made.
Whoever had my phone number was on there like every minute of every day. It just page after page after page after page of phone calls.
But don't think just because you've been hit once you're in the clear. Diane Whiteley has been cloned not once, not twice, but 4 times.
This is just 1 month, and it's 19 pages long on 2 sides.
And who's ending up with those cloned phones? Just ask Tom Frost with the U.S. Secret Service, the agency which investigates cellular phone fraud. He'll tell you it's basically anyone who wants to remain invisible.
Included in that category would be drug dealers, people who are selling weapons, even terrorists.
There are even ads in various publications offering the cloners help with their trade. Their estimates the fraud costs the industry $1 million a day. But new efforts are being made to detect the cloned phones and shut them down.
We can actually see illegal activity.
Take a look inside Ameritech's computers. What you see here is a cloner at work. It's called a collision. 2 phones using the same number at the same time.
What this is indicating to us is that 2 calls are up on the Chicago system on different switches, which is a definite clone.
Here at Motorola, engineers are working to make the phones clone-proof with new codes at the send and receive ends and new software making the phone's own serial number harder to find. But nothing is foolproof.
Given any kind of a system that has security, encryption, whatever, it's a matter of time till somebody who has the real desire and the technological background can go ahead and break it.
I would like to cancel all my phones, rip the phones out of my car, and just throw them all away because I'm so disgusted with this whole mechanical process.
It's just amazing to me. It just absolutely overwhelms me.
Now, the experts say there are a few things you can do. First, lock your phone. Stolen phones are often a source of cloning information. Also, watch for odd things, wrong numbers, and hang-ups. Those could be customers of the cloner calling his phone. But most importantly, watch your bill and report any suspicious activity immediately. You will not be held liable for the charges.
All right, Phil, thank you. Andy Avalos joins us now, another one of those great days for us.
If we could play hooky tomorrow, I suggest that we do that. If not, we'll have to wait till Saturday.
It's done.
It's done?
Yeah.
Okay, unanimous? If you can't play hooky tomorrow, then hang on till Saturday because we have some nice weather coming then as well. But your Friday forecast in a nutshell, a beautiful autumn day is on the way from start to finish. I think you'll like tomorrow's weather and you'll like Saturday's even more. Well, let's take a look at what's been going on throughout the evening hours. It's been very nice out, albeit a bit cool, but a nice evening to string the lights and get ready for the holiday season along Michigan Avenue. Jim McDonald, our photographer this evening. Nice pictures. Soon it won't be long and the flakes will be flying and that'll really look nice. But for now, we'll just settle for the bright lights. Today's official high was 51. We're down to 41 now. It's cool, but not all that bad because the winds are light. 42 at Midway, but already in the upper 30s in the western suburbs and falling. A wider perspective shows it's 29 degrees already in Traverse City, 41 in Chicago, 46 in St. Louis. And these readings will be falling like a rock tonight, primarily because of the clear skies. Just a few scattering of cloud cover here, and these are thin cirrus clouds, so very thin, lots of stars out tonight. High pressure is our dominant weather feature and will be for the next couple of days. Brought us a very light wind regime this evening in fair and cool conditions. But as this high drifts off to the east, we'll have windy and milder conditions approaching from the west over the next 24 hours. But not tonight. In fact, temperatures will drop into the upper 20s in the western suburbs tonight, right around 32 at O'Hare and 42 at the lakefront. So it will be darn right cold tonight. As we look ahead to tomorrow, high temperatures will recover nicely because of the sunshine. We should be in the mid-50s to 57 degrees inland and about 53 to 54 at the lakefront because of an onshore breeze there. 60s down south will be here for Saturday. Let's put the weather in motion now. You'll be able to see what's been going on over the last 24 hours. Yesterday's storm is long gone. Clear skies today, tonight, just a few thin clouds blowing over here. More clouds back to the west with a storm system that's been pushing onshore the last 24 hours, producing heavy snows in the Sierras, but that's giving us a strong southwesterly flow out to the plains, which will be working here for the weekend and bringing much warmer weather. Throughout tonight, though, warmer is not the word. Clear and cold are the two words, with frost developing inland. You'll do some scraping in the morning hours, 28 in the western and southern suburbs, but 42 at the lakefront. Tomorrow, bright sunshine, but a crisp start. Up to 32 by 8 o'clock and still holding at 42 at the lakefront. The afternoon looks just terrific, mostly sunny and pleasant. Temperature 54 at the lakefront, 57 in the suburban areas. After that, looks great for Saturday, 65 degrees, lots of sunshine, a few afternoon clouds. Sunday starts out nice with a high of 67 and showers in the afternoon. Then Monday, windy and much cooler with showers in 49. Get those latest weather updates tomorrow morning at 5:30 and 6, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Andy. How do you make a television show seem real? Well, the hit TV show ER employs real doctors to coach the actors. Channel 5 entertainment reporter Norman Mark takes us behind the scenes.
100. ER. It's gritty, fast-paced, and it tries to be real. In fact, it's patterned after Chicago's own Cook County Hospital.
This may look like a hospital trauma unit in Chicago. It's actually the set of ER in Burbank, where they expend a great deal of effort to make sure that everything here is accurate.
Real nurses and actual emergency room doctors work to make the fiction seem real on a Hollywood set. Dr. Lance Gentile is ER's technical advisor. When he's not on the set of ER, he's a working emergency room physician in Los Angeles.
We want the real nurses. Now we got rid of those pesky actors.
When it comes to accuracy, what is it that you really want in this show?
To make the medicine as real as we can do within the parameters of our time needs and our dramatic needs, basically. In that particular scene, you want to make sure they don't drop the guy on the floor first. Second of all is that everyone has a task and that they can perform it fast like we need it and also accurate.
Doing it right is important to Eric LaSalle, one of the stars of ER.
You have doctors watching this show, and a lot of times they'll write, or I have friends that's doctors, and they comment on the accuracy of this. So, Lance becomes basically the second director in there. So even technically doing a technical role like this, the more accurate I am, it actually ironically frees me up to do, when I don't know what I'm doing, then it's chaotic, and we don't want that. So.
At ER, the key to success is walking a fine line.
You want it to be realistic, but you don't want it to be gory or gruesome where people will turn away.
I'm Norman Mark, Channel 5 News.
And still to come, if you buy bottled natural spring water, it may not be that after all. That's next.
But first,
Carol and Ron in just a minute. Wisconsin star running back out on bail after being busted for drugs, and we'll rewind this week's bloopers in tonight's edition of Sports Shorts.
If you think you're getting natural spring water from bottles that say natural spring water, there is a good chance that you're the one that's all wet. The Natural Spring Water Association says half the bottled water you buy is just filtered well water. And the association wants the Food and Drug Administration to prevent bottles from advertising it as spring water. The association says real natural spring water is slowly filtered as it percolates up through the ground. But other bottlers say it's all the same no matter how it's filtered.
Sports and police reports all in one tonight.
Right, on the blotter. Last year he was the Rose Bowl MVP. This year he was touted for the Heisman. Tonight he's making bail. Wisconsin star tailback Brent Moss arrested today in Madison, charged with possession with the intent to sell crack cocaine. His head coach Barry Alvarez forced to face the media today.
It's been a very difficult day. Someone asked me earlier how I felt. I feel as if it was one of my own children. I feel disappointed and I feel concerned.
Well, it was the Bulls feared most. Luke Longley will be lost 8 to 10 weeks with a stress fracture in his ankle. In the NBA tonight, it was the Knicks and the Magic. Look at Penny Hardaway with a week's worth of moves to shake John Starks and Patrick Ewing. Hardaway at 27. Time ticking down. Shaq battling inside. Ties it at 99. He had 41. But the Knicks go to Ewing with about 2 seconds left. He hits it. He had 24. New York wins 101-99. By the way, Horace only had 4 points in that one. Glenn Robinson 3 for 13 as Cleveland beat Milwaukee. Detroit over Indiana. In the meantime, Demon Boy Dennis Rodman missed practice today, the day his 3-game suspension was due to expire. Well, he's suspended again. They got to put him away. And Laker great James Worthy announced his retirement with the team still owing him $12 million. The 33-year-old 7-time All-Star said he just couldn't answer the bell anymore.
I can remember when, my alarm clock would go off and, right to practice, ready to go. It was fun. And it got to the point where you hit the snooze 5 or 6 times, because it just got to the point where I didn't feel good physically.
That's the way I feel. Both the baseball and hockey talks adjourned for the night with no real progress reported. The NHL players, though, are making more concessions. And they're actually playing, too. The Union began its 4-on-4 charity tournament tonight. Ray Ferraro completing a nice rush for Western Canada. They beat Jeremy Roenick, Chris Chelios, and the rest of the Americans 7-2. And in boxing, you can't see it too many times. George Foreman shocking Michael Moore and the rest of the world. Today, George said there's only one man left to fight now, and it's not Larry Holmes.
Mike Tyson at this point would probably be the only guy that would make me feel spice enough to want to fight again. Somebody that would come out and get himself back into shape and shake away from Don King so he can make a good business deal and save his money.
I remember when I was almost sued for saying the exact same thing. I doubt George could fit into these shorts, though. Kevin Willis with the reverse slam off his head and out. Kevin actually wondered what that was. It was wet T-shirt night in San Antonio. Fireworks show triggered the water cannon, drenching fans scrambling for cover. She thought it was funny. He didn't. And the Spurs' Sean Elliott really likes to play in foreign countries.
Bet you thought you'd never get to meet Michael Jordan, huh? But you never thought you'd get David Robinson's autograph, huh?
In football, Derek Fenner, gets his bell rung and loses the pumpkin completely. Or is that a hot potato? In golf, Keith Clearwater in Hawaii, the nice chip to the flag. But oh, those tropical trade winds just sucks it right back to him. We have a ball return in the sports department. I just didn't know you could use them on the tour. Learn something every day. Yes, you do.
Thank you, Mark. A marriage proposal had sailed over his head. That's still to come, but first the lottery numbers.
You can get the winning Illinois and Indiana State lottery numbers here every night on the Channel 5 News at 10. You just watch.
Sports Shorts is brought to you in part by your Lincoln Mercury dealers.
The Channel 5 News, first thing weekday mornings at 5:30 and 6.
We have the latest information,
including traffic and weather. 18 weather breaks on TV each morning.
It's all hard news. It's all the latest breaking news.
Everything you need to know before you head out the door.
The Channel 5 News, first thing weekday mornings at 5:30 and 6. You just watch. Watch.
Finally tonight, it happened last Sunday at the Denver Broncos football game. Roger Dowd went to the game with his girlfriend Lori Holden. During the game, this message flashed up on the scoreboard. Roger Dowd, score with me forever. Will you marry me, Lori? According to Lori, Roger turned to her and said, wow, somebody else here has my name. And he's got a girlfriend named Lori, too. Apparently, she's going to marry him anyway. That's the news this Thursday.
Good night.
Real-time closed captioning of the Channel 5 News has been brought to you by the Chicago Automobile Trade Association and your local new car dealer.
The Color of Cancer, tomorrow at 10 on Health Watch.